Welcome back, everybody. Once again, it is Andrew Fomtavong. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Today, I'm going to talk to you about 10 things you can do or your team can do when you guys aren't busy. I find that it's very easy for teams to get kind of stuck in this lull or to kind of fall asleep, or if different times of year like Christmas or during the summertime it gets a little bit hot and people sort of start to fade a bit. If you ever want to get ahead of your competitors, realize that the majority of people are going to fall into that lull at certain times. If you maintain that work, keep people pushing, that's what's going to allow you to get ahead. So this is 10 things you or your team can do when you guys aren't busy. Let's do it. Number one, train. Training is the backbone of sales and development. So when we have that moment, almost when there's a bit of a breath that people can take in the showroom or in anywhere of your office, just pull them in. Maybe it's a quick boardroom training. Maybe it's a one-on-one. Maybe it's just a quick presentation. Maybe it's a video that's inspiring or exciting. Just something to really put a little bit of energy or some development back into their lives to make sure they're not falling asleep at their desks. Number two, review your process. Whether it's your sales process, your follow-up process, maybe it's internal workings of how you're distributing work or how your leads are coming in or who's taking care of them. Review that process. These are great times for you to take a step back and really look at that process and go, is this still working? How effective is it? Let's measure it. Let's look at the data and see, is this something that is scalable to growth? Is it allowing us to move ourselves forward, or are we just doing kind of what we're supposed to do or what we've been doing for years? The majority of your competitors are doing other things, not refining their process and making it better and killing it. Number three, role play. Joe Verde says, practice, drill, rehearse. These are very, very key things. So it's not just training now, it's about getting your team up and moving and trying and getting them used to saying words. That drilling aspect of our business is so underrated because it allows our teams to basically be ready to say what is needed the moment that they are given an objection. They're able to rebuttal very, very quickly and allows them to be extremely prepared. Now also, I find the nerves of role-playing or presenting in front of their peers and their team are similar nerves that they're going to feel when they're in front of a camera or when they are dealing with an extremely difficult client. Let's prepare our team. Number four, make videos. Again, as I said earlier, the same nerves you feel in front of the camera are the same nerves you're going to feel in front of a difficult customer presenting to your team. So it should be fluid. You should be ready to get in front of the camera at any given time. It's a great standard to set with your team so they know they should come to work well groomed, ready to get in front of the camera at a moment's notice. Very, very important. But also allowing them to understand that video becomes a part of our everyday work, our everyday, basically our DNA as the way that we approach our clients and of course how we market. So it is important for us to make sure that our team is comfortable, ready, and always available to get in front of a camera and make some videos. Number five, hit the phones. I know this is a little old school, so some of you who are watching are going, oh man, this guy's ridiculous. But hitting the phones for whatever reason, is it follow-up? Is it prospecting? Is it client care? Is it one of the most, basically the best way to be able to connect with your people when times are slow? It's gonna help you stay motivated, it's gonna help you stay active, keep you working. And I've always said that money is made in motion, so it's important to keep things moving. And that's a great way to do so. Number six, walk the lot. A lot of sales trainers will train doing your lot walks or doing basically just a walk through your organization or your dealership very early in the day. I would train to do it frequently. Reconnect with people, do temperature reads, check with people, just keep yourself moving, keep yourself interacting with people. So if a client happens to walk in, you are either out there ready, available, or you've already been talking with people all day. So it allows the opportunity to, again, go into an interaction with them very fluid and ready. Number seven, train some product knowledge. Joe Verdi also says 20, 20, 20, 20 minutes a day on sales skills, 20 minutes a day on your attitude, and 20 minutes a day on your product knowledge. Why does it have to be limited to 20 minutes? It should be a good portion of your day in the event that that's something you feel you need to work on. It allows you to better prepare yourself for clients that are going to ask you difficult questions. They might be a little more technical, they might be an engineer and care about the gear ratios or things like that that are important in a vehicle to them, but may not be important to you. So instead of scrambling to have to find that information, you should be ready with it. One thing that I've done in the past is I would find the head technician of our dealership, and every day I would go to him and ask him for at least one piece of information that I can't find in a brochure, that I can't find basically in a walk-around video or a review video online, but something only a technician would know. So it might just be a very interesting fact about the product that you might not have known and a customer just can't easily Google. It will be extremely helpful for you to understand that. Number 8, interview someone. As I mentioned earlier, part of my journey to get here was I interviewed a lot of people. I took a lot of interviews. When you are a manager or when you're a leader in your role, it's important just to sit down with someone who either is above you, someone you respect, even some people you don't respect, maybe someone you don't like. It's just important to gain some perspective at this time. So when you're not busy, take a chance just in sitting with someone and learning a little bit more about them. It should develop you as a leader, it should develop you as a manager to understand perspective. If you're just in sales, it will give you development and things sort of to look forward to. And when I say interview, I don't mean just sit around, have a crappy conversation complaining about, how the accounting people didn't pay you on time, or no, it should be a real interview style focus of, hey, I'm gonna ask you 10 questions and I need you to answer very honestly to help me in my career and my development. Number 9, organize. We spend so much time in the hustle and bustle and movement. Like I remember seeing the showroom after a Saturday sale, and man, it's just a mess. It's just, there's so much crap everywhere. There's worksheets, there's test drive forms, there's customers' driver's license everywhere. Take an opportunity when you aren't busy to start organizing, like the maintenance closet. That's something we've had issues with here. Just have a group of people go in there, and what you find in some of those times in some of those places are maybe you spent $100 or $1,000 on different products or different materials to advertise that you don't use anymore. Well, you might use it today. So it is important to sort of organize, but also organize your life and prep for that business. One major factor in preparing for business for me has always been, are the programs that I need on my computer up? Am I ready? Where are my business cards? Do I have a pen? Everything needs to be ready, available, so when that client comes in, boom, you are ready, and you're 100%, and you are fully engaged in that interaction with them, not scrambling around trying to be prepared. Number 10, I have left this to be the last one purposely. Number 10 thing you and your team should do when you aren't busy is client care. Here at the Taylor Automotive Group, within any team in which I work with, client care is the top priority. That might be calls, that might be text, that might be visits, to a business or to a group of clients that we know of in a certain area or a certain business that we have lots of clients in. It might just be a check-in, it might just be and by client care, I don't mean market to your people. I'm not talking prospecting. I'm talking about calling and wondering and checking to see if there's anything needed. These are the calls that have basically fueled our success here. The things that we do, the betterment of our business is, how do we care about our clients? And how often do we care about them? I think so often when it gets slow, the first thing managers or leaders think is, we gotta go generate some business. We gotta go do some prospecting. Go get that customer in. Tell them we're gonna give them a lower payment. Tell them we'll give them more for their trade. To me, the better focus is, how are you doing? How are things? How's the vehicle? And just keep it at that. I'm not there to pitch that client. I'm not there to even push them in to come and buy another vehicle. I'm just there to check in on them. And if it so happens that it crosses their mind that someone they know wants to buy a vehicle, or they might need to trade, or whatever it may be, okay, fine, that's great, but that's not the purpose of my call. or my contact, the purpose of my contact is to truly just simply care for them and make sure that they know you are available to them at any given time. So guys, there you have it. 10 things you or your team can do when you aren't busy, when it's dead, when it's slow. I get it, we all have those times. But again, what you do in these times is what basically separates you from your competitors and allows you to really win and get yourself ahead. So do yourself, do your team a favor and follow some of these things to make sure that you guys are always moving, you're always working, you're always pushing towards something even when it's a little bit slower. And the example that I've given, because it has become ingrained into our culture and our DNA, that when our competitors during a time where maybe inventory was low, they sent their top people home to get a rest and to take vacations. Well, our team was focused on client care. Our team was focused on getting ahead and reviewing our process. Our focus and our purpose was so different. And that to me was the differentiator between just average performance to what we do today as to continuing to kill it. So I thank you all for watching the video. I hope this helps. This is something that has really kind of stuck to me over the years as to how to keep my managers going, how to keep the team going. And I hope that it will really help you in your journey. Thank you for all the support. Of course, like, share, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. Don't forget, be your best and then be better. Thanks again.